Today, I'm going to teach you how to become a successful trader who can bank consistent profits. My name is Brett Goh, and if you're wondering who the hell is this guy and why the hell should you trust this guy, here's what I've accomplished so far. I've been trading for 5 years and I've documented my entire trading journey on YouTube for you guys to see, or at least the past 3 years. So if you sort my videos back to the oldest, you will be able to see me live trading with less than $100 in my bank account and just basically documenting my entire trading journey. And my why when I started trading 5 years ago was that I wanted to retire my father, right, who was 65-year-old and still working very hard to put food on the table. And I'm glad to say that I've accomplished that goal, that big why, strong, compelling why that allowed me to keep going this year, right? At the start of this year, I managed to retire him. So that will always be my proudest moment as a son. And then, like I said, I lost money for 2-3 years. So yeah, I'm going to be honest and transparent with you and tell you that I lost money, right? I didn't came out of my mom's womb and just became a profitable trader who is smart and intelligent. I was a dumbass. I made a bunch of mistakes. I lost over $10,000 in one day. I lost the school fees that my dad actually paid me. And I lost my life savings. Okay, I'm a dumbass, all right? So yeah, it might help for you to actually gain somewhat like a relatability to me, like you can relate to me that you're a dumbass, I'm a dumbass as well. So I've been losing money for 2-3 years, and that's before I finally got like my breakthrough moment, my eureka moment where I made over $100,000, 6 figures annual income, right? So this happened about in my third and fourth year, right? 100K. So also I made $1 million at the age of 21, right? This might seem like somewhat of like a proof or somewhat of like a flex to you guys, but by no means am I flexing to you guys. For me, I have to get matured and become successful at a young age so that I could really provide my family with a better quality of life. Now my dad is traveling anywhere he wants. My mom is sitting at the back of Mercedes-Benz S-Class. So $1 million at the age of 21, pretty impressive. And then I feel like one thing that I'm genuinely proud and passionate about is this: 2,000 plus happy students. Right, so I've coached over 2,000 plus students by now, right? And every single one of them are happy, they are successful, or rather they are making progress towards success and they've achieved results. Recently, I've interviewed some of my top students, Alia who made over $25,000, somebody who made over $10,000, and Carl who made another $20,000 from his funded account, right? So yeah, it's crazy. These students are really crazy. Their success is my success. And I've built the fastest growing trading brand in the industry, right? So if you look at my YouTube channel, just scroll down, you'll see that I'm near 1 million subscribers right now. Something that I'm very proud of because I built that shit brick by brick. And that's only because I was able to simplify complicated trading concepts that is so complex and stuff, so difficult to understand. I'm able to simplify them into a way that a 5-year-old can understand, right? That is the main thing. That's the main reason why my channel blew up, right? And it's not because I'm the funniest guy. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a boring ass guy. And it's not because I have the flashiest lifestyle. It's all because of the fact that I'm able to provide tremendous amount of value, which is what I hope to do in this video. Last but not least, if it helps, I've got nothing to sell you. All right, I've got nothing to sell you here, right? By the way, I hate those people who flex a lifestyle. You know, they flex their cars, their chains, their mansion in order to bait you into buying a course, right? I'm not the type of guru. What I am is a guy who's able to do everything he can to provide value for free and also to make sure that you guys learn what you need in order to become successful. So I've got nothing to sell you here, right? I do have like an education company, 1% Club, but like I said, I'm not here to promote it whatsoever, right? In fact, I'm going to close the enrollment soon because, yeah, we just don't want too many customers. We want to focus on our current students. All right, next. Here's basically proof that, I know what I'm talking about. I know something about making money, right? Or I know something about trading, right? And I've made this amount of money from trading, so at least I'm probably like 1 step ahead of you. I wouldn't say that I'm like 10 steps ahead of you. I'm a millionaire trader. No, because that's not the truth. The truth is I'm probably just 1 step ahead of you. I've pretty much just like figured some things out that you haven't figured it out yet. So yeah, I just hope to shorten your learning curve inside this video, right? So what is the big promise for this video? The big promise for this video is that I'm going to show you how I went from $0 to making my first $100,000. I'm going to tell you everything, a step-by-step blueprint on how I went from $0 to making my first 100K from trading. As long as you have the patience, you have the attention span to watch this entire video, this journey that you're going to go through, I can shorten it from 3 years to say 1 year, right? If you genuinely learn everything inside this video and you apply what you have learned and you go out there and practice with enough time, you're going to reach this amount. Trust me, it's 100% possible. If such a dumb-ass Asian guy wearing this ugly-ass spectacles can do it, you can do it too, right? You can do it. So I'm going to dissect this entire process into 3 core components, right? 3 core components. The first one is strategy, right? So strategy, if you have a good and successful strategy, this journey is going to be much more easier for you. Second thing is funding, right? Obviously, you need money in order to make money in trading, right? So you need to learn how to raise enough capital in order to reach this level, because it's very hard to reach 100K if you only have $100 in your bank account, right? Just like what I did when I started. And then last thing is something that is kind of cringe, heart or mindset, right? A lot of people don't like this stuff, but this stuff is the most important stuff ever, right? If you have this can pretty much outweigh all of this stuff right here. All right, so yeah, without further ado, let's just dive straight into it. So let's talk about the first stuff, which is the strategy. I believe that you guys love this part, right? Strategy. And in this video, there won't be any charts whatsoever. If you go to my YouTube channel, you will see there's a ton of chart videos. So the truth is, you don't need any more chart videos. What you need is some real cold, hard, pure wisdom from the trading geek himself, right? So first, let's talk about strategy. Okay, strategy. Now, what do you know about strategy? You probably know that there's a ton of trading strategies out there, right? And just to name some right off the top of my head, you got price action, you got smart money concepts, you got ICT concepts, you got, I don't know, indicators, right? RSI, Bollinger Bands, MACD, lots of strategy out there. The question becomes, which one is the best and which one do you pick? My advice is always going to be so simple. Pick one. It doesn't matter which one you pick. You can become successful using any of these strategies here. We got successful price action traders, right? You got billionaire trading price action. You got smart money concepts traders who are banking a lot of money, taking high risk to reward trades. You got ICT concept traders who is absolutely killing the markets, right? And then you got people using indicators. Look at my face. I hate indicators. I'll always judge you if you use indicators. But we got people using indicators and still making money. Yeah, so even though I hate indicators, people are still making money using this stuff thing. So my advice would be stick one and go and master them. The last thing you want to do is to become a jack of all trades and a master of none, right? What you want to do is to be extremely good, extremely proficient at one thing and one strategy only. So pick one and go and master them. Now, if you're wondering which one is the one that I trade, before I erase this, what I trade is what I call market mechanics. Okay, market mechanics. Now, this is a combination of the most profitable parts of smart money concepts, ICT concepts, and price action. So for me, I trade all of this, but what I did was that I dissected, or rather I researched and I did a lot of testing on this to find out what is like the most profitable part of these strategies, and I combined them together to form market mechanics. And this is something that's unorthodox and has never been done before. But yeah, so that's what I did. And right now, market mechanics is a trading strategy that is going to get me to making 7 figures from trading. Yeah. Because right now I've only made 6 figures from trading. In order for me to get to 7 figures, I needed to deploy market mechanics. So let's talk a little bit about market mechanics on why it's so profitable and why it's so useful. All right. So let's say you do decide to go to the market mechanics route. There's an entire playlist of free courses on market mechanics on my YouTube channel. You can just go to my YouTube channel, go to market mechanics playlist. You can see the entire playlist of free courses, right? So before you do that, let me just quickly explain to you what is market mechanics and why is it so good, right? So now, what the heck is market mechanics, right? This is something that's out of the box. Market mechanics. This is essentially how the market operates. If you can really understand how the market operates, how and why price move on a deep fundamental level, you can print money. I'm not even joking right now. You can print money. Imagine you are able to trade alongside the smart money who move the market. Imagine you are able to go onto a blank chart and know exactly where the market is doing, what the market is doing right now, who is in control of price, supply or demand, and where is it going to go next. That is the power of market mechanics. And what does it constitute of? Right? So a strategy like market mechanics, it constitutes of a few core components. Firstly is your supply and demand. Right? Supply and demand, this is where we identify certain point of interest, okay, that institutions have trade or rather enter large amount of orders, right? Like example, this is the demand area, and now we are expecting price to come back down to this demand area, right? Because this is the price that they enter a large amount of order right here, right? They enter a lot of buy order, and now we are expecting price to pull back to this area, and that is when we can get our entry again, because this is the price point where they are going to enter again. So supply and demand. And then next is order blocks, right? So order blocks is a little bit like supply and demand, except that rather than just large bulk of orders, we are identifying like large amount of candlesticks like this, right? A lot of imbalance in price, right? A lot of orders being filled up at a short period of time. And that we have our order block, right? Which is like right here, right? This is the candlestick before the imbalance. And now same thing as supply and demand. You're just waiting for price to pull back, fill up all the imbalance right here, fill up all the orders right here, and then watch price move up. So these are two things. This is basically how we actually identify the point of interest that we want to trade from using this market mechanics strategy. And the next is liquidity, right? It is extremely important to understand liquidity because liquidity is essentially how and why price move, right? If you can understand liquidity, you will not get stopped out so often. That means you will not lose money, and that means you will not get your trades, sitting your stop loss getting hit every single time. That's because you understand liquidity. Because if you can understand liquidity, then you will not become the liquidity itself. So yeah, liquidity is available above every swing high and below every swing low. And obviously there's a lot of things about liquidity I'm not going to talk about in this video. Like I said, I've made an entire course on each one of these concepts right here, which you can find inside the free market mechanics playlist. And then next, it's also, I believe the one last thing is liquidity, supply and demand, order blocks. Is it inducements? No. Is this it? Inducements? Yeah, inducements is actually part of liquidity. It's basically like traps set by institutional traders, right? Traps set by institutional traders to actually bait retail traders to enter for the setup. Example, when you see this double top, right? A lot of retail traders think that, okay, this means that they should enter for a sell. And then next thing you know, they enter for a sell here, smart money push the price up, stop out all the retail traders, and then push price down. Inducements. And I just realized inducement is just a part of liquidity. Whoa! Market structure. How can I forget about this? Market structure is king, guys. Yeah. Market structure is king. Market structure is basically essentially how the price move, right? In an uptrend or in a downtrend or in a consolidation. The ability to identify what phase of the market is it in. Is it the push phase or is it the pullback phase? Is it the consolidation phase? Is it the trending phase? This allows us to know exactly which phase of the market is in right now, and then we can trade accordingly. And the last thing is order flow. Now, the last thing is order flow. This is basically where we dive deep into looking at how, or rather who is in control of price, whether the buyers or the sellers. And we do that by looking at footprint charts, and we do that by looking at what price is doing. Is it in the demand range, supply range? Yeah, and who is really in control of price. That's the main thing of order flow, right? So these are the 5 core components of market mechanics, and this is basically how I trade. Right, like I said, I've already made a video on each one of these concepts, which you can find in the free playlist. Yeah, so anyways, market mechanics. And then, okay, inducement is part of liquidity. I'm not a dumbass for actually writing this down. Yeah, right now I'm experiencing a little bit of brain fog. So, yeah, just hit a heaviest gym workout, So yeah, that's for strategy, right? So now that you have figured out, okay, what strategy you want to trade, and you have picked one to actually go and master, what is the next step, right? Okay, the next step is obviously to learn everything you can about that strategy. Example, if you want to learn about market mechanics, go and watch the market mechanics playlist that I have on my YouTube channel. Like this entire playlist of around in-depth, I think 8 videos, in-depth video on each one of these concepts. Yeah, you will definitely master trading, and you don't even need to buy a course whatsoever. You can learn it for free on my YouTube channel. And that is for market mechanics. Oh yeah. Basically, after you're done with learning all that stuff, right? Next step is to practice, obviously, right? You know, you have learned, you have practiced, but how do you actually know that this strategy actually works? That's the main thing that you need to do. And that is what I call testing. Right? So after you have formed a trading strategy, you know, you need to make sure that you can prove that the trading strategy actually works. Because if you don't, you will always be doubting yourself and your trading ability. When you go onto the market, you will not be able to enter for the buy or sell button because you don't build that confidence yet. You don't have confidence in your trading strategy yet. And where do you build this confidence? Confidence comes from competence, right? And you're only able to build confidence in your trading plan if you have tested it out, right? So this is the key thing here. You gotta test your trading strategy out. There's 3 types of testing that you can do, and that's what I call back testing. Okay, back testing. And then another thing is what I call forward testing. And then the last thing is what I call chart exercises. Now, this allows you to know whether your trading plan actually has an edge or not. So you backtest the trading strategy. By the way, you should do all of this for at least 1 month before you trade on a live account. Okay, at least 1 month. Go and backtest the trading strategy. So how you backtest is that you basically go to TradingView, you bar replay, right? You test out your trading strategy on historical price data, right? And then how you forward test is basically every single day you mark up your charts, right? You mark up your charts with the trading strategy, and then you basically trade on a demo account, or you just see whether your markups actually work. You know, you mark up your chart and you think that, okay, price is going to go up now. So the next day you check your charts again, see if price actually did go up. If it go up, then yeah, that's 1 win for you, right? So that's how you forward test. And then for back test is basically you test out your trading strategy based on historical price data. And chart exercises is pretty much you testing, or rather you marking up your charts on TradingView itself and then just seeing whether it's correct or not. So that's for testing, right? You need to spend at least 1 month doing this. I don't want you guys to go and trade your trading strategy on a live account, right? Very, very important here. A lot of you, what happened is that you come into trading with this mindset where you want to get rich as fast as possible. So what you do is that, okay, you have find your trading strategy, right? You have watched a bunch of trading videos, be it my videos or some other trading guru videos, and you found that, okay, this guy is driving a Lamborghini and his trading strategy is obviously going to work and it's free on YouTube. So I'm going to copy it and I'm going to put it on my live account. I'm going to test it out on my hard-earned money. Guys, how stupid is that? How stupid is that? Yeah, so you must test out the strategy first, right? To see whether it works. And if it does, then use it on a live account. If not, switch to another strategy, or rather refine your strategy until it works. So that's a very important thing, and I believe that's a process that most beginners skip, right? Because all of them, they just want to go straight from $0 to making, what, 10K per month, right? And they just skip the process between. And don't get me wrong, you can easily skip the process and still get to 10K per month, which means you don't have to test out your trading strategy. You can use the trading strategy and immediately you can get to 10K per month. Trust me, this is possible. But the thing is, are you able to maintain this 10K per month? Are you able to keep the profits that you have made? Because in trading, it's not about how much money you can make. It's about how much money you can keep. That's the main thing, right? So yeah, please go and test it out. And yeah, by the way, when I talk about trading strategy, I mean things like you need to take into account your risk management, right? Your risk management, right? How you actually manage your capital. And then I'm also talking about things like your entries. Okay, where do you enter for the trade, right? Where do you enter so that you can get like the lowest risk and the highest reward? And then where do you get out of the trades, right? And also things like your trading session, what time are you trading? And also what currency pairs are you trading? All of this stuff needs to be inside your trading plan, needs to be part of your trading strategy for it to actually works. So just quickly, just think of all of this. Once again, I already did a video on how to actually do all of this, right? How to actually map out your mechanical trading plan. But yeah, that's for strategy, right? So like I said, the first thing you want to actually have is a profitable trading strategy. Because when you have a profitable trading strategy, guess what? Your trading journey is going to be so much more easier because you already have a strategy that is proven to work, that has already been back tested and forward tested, And now you have confidence in your trading strategy because you actually have trading data to back it up, right? So obviously you're going to be confident. Next is what I want to talk about, and that is funding. Now, in order to make 100K, in order to make 10K per month even, in order to make, let's say, $5,000 per month, you need funding, okay? You need funding, buddy. What this means is that right now, if you're a beginner, you probably only have like less than $1,000 in your bank account or something. Yeah, and you cannot afford to trade more than 10K, right? Let's say right now you can only trade 10K. Okay, so, oh my god, there's magic button, magic pocket right here. Oh, wrong color, magic pocket. So let's say right now you have 10K in your bank account or your trading account. Know that you can only make, let's say, $1,000 per month from trading with 10K. $1,000 per month. That's the most that you can make. If you are following proper risk management rules, like, risking 1% and all that stuff, the max is $1,000 per month, right? You cannot make more than that. So in order to make 100K, right? Oh no, right here. In order to make 100K per year, right? Let's just do the math a little bit. 100K per year, that's at least like 10K per month, okay? Let's be a little bit conservative and just set it at 10K per month. So in order to make 100K per year, you need to make 10K per month. How do you make 10K per month? If you are only trading with $10,000. That means you have to flip your 10K to 10K and to 20K, I mean. And that's going to be very hard to sustain. I can guarantee you that if you try to flip your 10K to 20K, you cannot do that consistently. You cannot do that every single month. You cannot flip 20K to 40K and then 40K to 80K and then 100K. It's not that simple, right? Even though you have like a profitable trading strategy and by right, you are just going to win every trade. No, that's not how it works. Because trading is a probability game, right? It is a probability game where there's going to be a random distribution of wins and losses. So even though you have a profitable trading strategy, you are not going to win every single trade. You will still lose some trades and you need to take into account of the losses, right? So in order to make 10K per month, I'll say a minimum amount of trading capital that you need to have is 100K. You need at least 100K to make 10K per month. And $10,000 of 100K is just 10%. Right, so in order to make 10K per month, you need to make a return of 10% every single month. And I can tell you that is also quite difficult already. Right, this is actually quite difficult. So to be even more conservative, by right, you should have 200K in trading capital in order to make 10K per month. Right, but let's say, you are a genius, or rather you are better than the rest. You are able to make 10K per month. So let's talk about how to get this in funding. How do you get 100K even though you only have less than $1,000 in a bank account, less than 10K? You do that through prop firms, right? So prop firms are basically companies which offers you funding, and if you make a profit, they take a certain amount of profit, right? So there's a lot of prop firms out there, right? So there's a lot of prop firms out there. There is things like your FTMO, Alpha Capital Group, and then there's Funded Next. There's a lot of prop firms out there. I'm not going to tell you which prop firm to use because I'm not going to promote them or whatsoever. But what I would advise you to do is to just stick with FTMO because this is the one that is the most trusted, the most reliable, and most reputable. The others, I wouldn't say much about them because, yeah, this is just the best one. So if you had to choose one, I'll advise you to stick with FTMO. But FTMO is harder than the rest because you need to have it's going to be harder to pass the evaluation phase and the verification phase because you have like a higher target to actually aim for, right? But anyways, most trusted, most reputable, always go to FTMO. Now that you have, know exactly which prop firm that you want to use and you want to purchase like a 100K account, right? But like I said, do not do this straight away. You should have tested out your trading plan. You should have tested out your trading strategy and has some sort of proof that you have an edge. Because the last thing you want to do is to go immediately get a 100K account and you don't really know how to manage risk properly and you end up breaking the rules and you lose the account and you lose the fee that you had to pay in order to get this account, right? So that's not the mindset to have. So like I said, I will advise you to only even get funded account like after 6 months of trading, at least 6 months. And it's very important that you actually test out your trading strategy. So 100K, let's say you want to make 100K from trading. Oh no, let's say I want to make 10K per month, right? So we are getting 100K to make 10K per month so that we can actually make 100K a year. Now, from this 100K, in order to even get this 100K, you have to pass through phase 1, and then phase 2, and then eventually, then you get that 100K, right? After you pass through these 2 phases, right? And I'm not going to talk too much about the details on like the phases, you know, the maximum drawdown, the profit target that you need to actually aim for in order to pass each of these phases. You can find them on the website itself. But what I'm going to do is that I'm just going to quickly give you like a quick strategy on how to manage your risk using this 100K. How do you manage this trading capital? Very simple, okay? Very, very simple. So let's say start off with 100K, okay? Let's erase all of that. Now it's time to do some math, ladies and gents, right? Because like I said, what you need is a very clear-cut plan in order to get to 10K per month. Okay, so let's say right now, today you have 100K in your trading capital. This is your initial account balance. This is the money that you start with. And your profit target is, let's say, 110K because you go to FTMO. So you need to make 10%, okay? You need to make 10% in order to pass phase 1. Okay, that's for phase 1, right? So yeah, so your job is to make this 10%. How do you make 10% in 1 month? This is where my funding blueprint come in, right? This is the blueprint that I've actually discussed with my coach, and my coach has already given it to me. Or rather, no, not my coach. One of my colleagues inside 1% Club, and he's also coaching the students, right? So yeah, so this is a plan that he has been using to pass funding challenges, and it's also the plan that is really useful, right? I found that it's really useful. So I'm just gonna share it with you guys for absolutely free. So start with 100K. So let's say you win a trade and you grow it to 100. Okay, let's assume that every single time you take a trade, you are risking 1% on each trade. Right? You're risking 1% on each trade. That means you are risking $1,000 on each trade. And assuming that your minimum risk to reward ratio is 1:3, because that's the one that you should aim for, right? 1:3 risk to reward ratio. That means if you risk 1%, you will make back 3% in return. All right? The standard risk to reward ratio that you should all aim for. So if you are able to win the first trade, this 100K just became 103K. And then let's say you win the next trade. This 103K just become 106K. And then let's say you're still so lucky, you win another trade and you just turn this into 109K. And right now you're just $1,000 away from that goal, right? Which you can easily attain. This is if you are lucky enough to win 3 trades in a row, right? But obviously, this is not going to happen all the time, right? You must either have like a really good trading strategy, like a very high win rate, or you're somewhat lucky. Let's be honest, luck is going to play a part right here, right? Because like I said, trading is random. Okay, now, let's say if you lose. What happens if you lose? This is if you win. This is the best case scenario. What is the worst case scenario? Okay, this is where the strategy come in. The worst case scenario is that you lose 1%. Okay, you lose 1% and now you're back to 99K. You lose another 1%. Okay, you lose 2 trades already. Now you're back to 98K. Now, after your account dropped to 98K, right, and you already lose 2%, what I want you to do is to change this risk per trade, this 1% per trade, change it to 0.5% per trade. So instead of risking 1% on each trade, you're only going to risk 0.5% on each trade right now until you're able to get your account balance back to 100K. And then from 100K onwards, you can continue risking 1% per trade until you reach 110K. So that is the key strategy here in terms of passing your funding challenges, right? So let's say you lose another, okay, so you already 98K, right? Then you start to risk 0.5% per trade. So you lose another trade and you are down to 97.5K. And then you lose another trade and then you're down to 97K. Now, obviously, you're not going to lose like so many trades in a row. At some point of time, you're going to start winning. And when you start winning, what happens? You make 0.5 times 3, that's about 1.5%. So that is when, if you continue your 1:3 risk to reward ratio, you make 1.5%, you're able to bump up from here to 98.5K and then slowly get back to this break even. Once you're back to your initial account balance, just continue doing the 1%. Change this back to risking 1% on each trade. And you do this until you reach 110K. You just risk 1% per trade and you get a 1:3, so you just need to win about 3 trades, right? So in this case, in this strategy, right, you can see how you lost like 4 trades in a row and then you win 3 trades. I wouldn't know, 3 trades, 3 trades minimum because you still have 1 more percent, right? So I'll say 3 to 4 trades. You win 3 trades, you lose 3 to 4 trades, and you just complete your phase 1. You just made 10%. And that is how you make 10K per month from trading, right? By using this strategy. And I understand that it might get a little bit confusing. So what I want you to do is that if you're unclear on this strategy, go and rewatch this part, right? Rewatch over and over again, take down notes and just test it out, right? Because trust me, this is a strategy that has gotten a lot of our students at 1% Club funded. And yeah, it's a strategy that my one of the coach inside the 1% Club used to actually got multiple 5-figure payouts. So yeah, I can tell you that this actually works. So that's for funding, right? So that is basically how you achieve the funds in order to make 10K per month and in order to make 100K per year. Like I said, that is 10% per month, right? That is actually quite difficult to actually make. So the more amount of money that you have in your trading capital, the easier it will be for you to make, say, 10K per month or 100K per year, right? So I'll advise you to go for like a 200K account, right? That's more conservative when it comes to making 10K per year. I mean 10K per month, because in that case, you only need to make about 5% per month instead of 10%, right? So that is for funding. Last thing I want to talk about, let me just find my green freaking marker. Freaking hell, I got one of the colors except for green. Okay, the last thing I'll talk about is the most important thing ever. And I know you're about to fall asleep right now, so get out on your feet and shake your hands and shake your belly or something and just slap yourself in the face and pay attention to what I'm about to say for the next few minutes or so, right? Like I said, I'm going to wrap it up very, very fast. This is about to end soon, so please don't fall asleep and listen to this. This is the most important thing ever, and that is your mindset. Now, Brad, why are you talking about mindset? Mindset, this is a trading video, bro. This is what separates the bottom 99% of traders from the top 1%. If you can master this one thing, you will not just be able to bank consistent profits. You will be able to sustain in this game for the long term, right? That means that you are able to actually trade for the long term, 3 years, 5 years, however long you want to trade. You can only do that if you have a solid trading mindset. So let's talk about that. How do you develop a proper trading mindset? Or rather, how do you achieve your goals? First things first. First thing I want to talk about, okay, in this mindset training, I'm not going to talk about things like your trading psychology lesson that you've probably heard over and over again, like, oh, if you are greedy, do this. If you are feeling FOMO, do this. Take some time off the charts, learn about trading psychology. I'm not going to talk about all those basic trading psychology advice. I'm going to talk about something that works, something that will actually allow you to open your eyes, and that is belief. Belief. Belief is the most important thing when it comes to achieving success. If you don't believe that you can succeed, what you will do is that you will not take the actions that will actually allow you to become successful. If you believe that you can become successful, you are automatically going to be taking the actions that is aligned with your goals, that's going to push you closer towards your goals and achieve success. So belief is the most important thing. And if you don't believe me, here's why belief is so important. Belief, when you believe something, you're going to do things that is in accordance with the belief, right? So that is going to lead to your actions, okay? So example, I believe that trading is difficult. So things that I'll do is that, okay, since trading is so difficult, I'm not going to bother study trading. Or even if I do study trading, I'm just going to half-ass it because it's difficult and it's literally designed for me to fail. So why bother working so hard on trading? Belief, actions. Or I believe that risk management is pointless, right? Risk management is pointless, it's useless. Why would you need to manage risk if you can just have a good trading strategy? You just need a good trading strategy. As a result, what happens next is that you don't use a position size calculator, you don't manage your capital properly, and you end up taking a bunch of stupid trades, take big losses, and you quit trading because you just lost your entire life savings. Belief lead to action. You can see how important this is, and your actions actually leads to your reality, right? So understand that your current situation in life right now or in trading is the result of all the decision, all the actions that you have taken. So you are 100% responsible of your life, your current situation right now. That means if you can change your belief, you can change your thoughts, you can change your actions, you can change your reality. This is something that not a single trading guru talk about. And I can tell you that this is the thing that is going to make my students unmatched. This is the things that is going to take my students who learn this become millionaires. I know for a fact that this will actually create millionaires if you can really understand this loop, right? But the thing about changing your belief, it's hard because how a belief was formed in the first place, it's based on your experiences, right? So imagine there's a scale right here, okay? There's a scale, and then there's a bucket right here, and this is a green bucket, and then this is, let's say, a red bucket, right? So this is the bucket of positive experiences, and this is the bucket of negative experiences. Okay, so positive experience bucket and negative experience bucket. Every time you encounter a negative experience about something, you're adding more weight into the negative bucket. So this scale will start tipping to the negative experience. And when this happens, what you are doing is that you are forming a weak belief on that thing, right? So example, let's say this is a scale on belief on how difficult trading is, right? This is a scale on, that is your belief on how difficult trading is. So example would be, you start hearing your friends telling you that, Brad, you can't do it, man. Like, trading is difficult. You know, only 1% of the people become successful. Or trading is a scam. It's only for those people who graduate from finance with fancy finance degrees and they work on Wall Street. Only they can become successful. You can't do it. So you hear a friend saying this. What happens is that you are adding water, adding weight into the negative experience bucket. And when you do that, what happens? The scale tips towards the negativity and you start thinking that trading is difficult. It is difficult. And what happens next is that your mind, it will seek evidence to reaffirm that belief. It's going to do everything it can to reaffirm this belief that trading is difficult. So that's the first experience that you encounter, the first negative experience. And now when you believe that trading is difficult, next thing you know, you pull up to the charts, you enter for a trade anyhow, right? You don't have a plan whatsoever, just anyhow, just press the buy or sell button and you lose the trade. When you lose the trade, what happens? Now, you reaffirm this belief and you're adding more negative experience into the bucket. Now you really believe that, I just lost a trade. Is trading really difficult like what they say? Maybe I just suck at trading. Maybe I'm not born for trading. As a result, more negative experience. And you can see this scale just keep on tipping in the negative scale favor. And you will always have the belief that trading is difficult and you will eventually lose money and quit trading. This is the stuff that nobody talk about. I can guarantee you, if you're watching this far, it's only 14 minutes in, and you're still watching this, you deserve to know this. Because this is something that literally nobody talks about. And how you tip this scale back in the favor of the positive experience so that you can actually believe that, okay, trading is easy, it's doable, anybody can master trading as long as they put in the effort, they put in the time. They show up every single day, regardless of how they feel, show up to the best, and come hell or high water, they're going to do everything they can to achieve their trading goals. Boom, that's how you tip the scale to your favor. So how you tip the scale to your favor and really change that belief, it's by adding more positive experiences. Okay, here's the cool part, right? The thing about your mind is that it cannot differentiate what happens in your mind and what happens in reality. It cannot differentiate whatsoever. This is the cool part. This is the secret here, guys. So listen up. So this means when you have a nightmare, just think about the times that you have a nightmare and you woke up and then you start feeling your heart pumping very, very fast. Your palms are sweaty. This is because your mind perceives that nightmare as a real life event that you have encountered in the physical world. It does not know that it's just happening in your mind. It thinks that it is a physical, real life event. What this means for you is that what you can do is to create positive experiences in your mind, right? Add these positive experiences in your mind in order to shift that belief about trading. And when you do that, what you're essentially doing right here is that you're just adding a bunch of positive experiences to strengthen your belief that you can succeed at trading. Trading is easy. Risk management is useful, right? You can really use this to fix any problem that you encounter in trading. Be it the false belief that you have of trading psychology is useless, this mindset training is a bunch of bullshit. You can shift your belief back by doing this. And like I said, you can add positive experiences by using your mind. And what you can do is to visualize, right? Oh, visualization again is a bunch of bullcrap. No, let me tell you why visualization works. Because like I said earlier, your mind cannot tell the difference between what happens in your mind, like a visualization or a memory in the past, then compared to something that happened in real life. That means you can think of a past memory, or you can think about a future thought or a visualization. Your mind is going to think that that's the same thing as what happened in real life. That's why when you think about your fear, like just close your eyes right now and think about something that you are genuinely scared of. Is it spiders or ghosts or I don't know, like something random, something that you are scared of? You'll start to feel your palms start getting a little bit sweaty, and you start to feel a little bit anxious. This is why this is so important. Your mind literally can't differentiate the difference between your past thought, visualization, or what happened in real life. So what you can do is visualize. When you visualize, your mind and body thinks that this has already happened, right? This is your current reality, and this allows you to add more positive experiences inside the bucket. Example, you visualize trading is easy. You visualize yourself seeing MetaTrader 4 profits on your screen. You visualize yourself going to the charts and just executing a trade without any hesitation whatsoever. You visualize yourself marking up the charts within 10 minutes. When you do that, once again, what are you doing? You are adding positive experiences inside the positive mark bucket, and as a result, this scale is going to tip in favor of the positive experience bucket. So you're going to develop the belief that trading is easy. Trading is easy, right? Trading is actually simple, right? And when that happens, what happens next? When you have that strong belief that trading is easy, it goes to your mind. And then it results in you taking actions in accordance with your belief that trading is easy. You're going to start that, okay, trading is easy, so I'm just going to practice, show up every single day, do my best, right? Every single day, come hell or high water, I'm going to do everything I can to achieve my goals because it is possible. I'm going to create my trading plan. I'm going to study the trading videos. I'm going to practice on the charts. I'm going to do my back testing. I'm going to jump my trades. And when this happens, what you are doing is that you are getting better as a trader. You are improving as a trader. And when you improve as a trader, obviously, money comes as a byproduct, and this results in you having the reality that you desire, or by changing your belief. And you do that by having some sort of positive visualization, right? So this is not to say that, oh, all you need to do is to sit there and say, oh, I'm going to become a successful trader, I'm going to become a millionaire, and automatically that will happen. Like your bank account will just have $1 million inside the bank balance the next day after you just visualize. No, that's not how it works. Obviously, visualize, but you need to put in the work. You need to do the actions that is actually required in order to achieve your goals, in order to achieve your desired reality. That is why this part is as important as this part. You need both. You need good belief that result in great actions for you to achieve the goals that you want to achieve, be it 100K per year or 10K per month. And if you can really master this formula, you can make more than 100K per year. You can make more than millions of dollars. You can genuinely bend reality to your will. And let me tell you something. This is what most highly successful people do, right? That's how they achieve so much success. That's how they make billions and millions of dollars. And it's all through this formula. And I've given it to you for completely free. I've given you the strategy for completely free in this video. I've given you the mindset. I've given you the funding blueprint that you need. Everything you need in order to achieve that 100K mark, in order to become a successful trader who can bank consistent profits like what I've promised at the start of this video. So yeah, if you want more videos, more whiteboard videos just like this, please go and comment down below because yeah, I don't know if these whiteboard videos actually help or not, and it takes up a lot of my time, a lot of research of myself, right? But I'm basically showing you what got me to the point that I am today, and yeah, just want to show everything raw and unfiltered, right? No edits, no cuts whatsoever. So if you love this type of whiteboard videos, right, just go and like and comment on this video, and please at least subscribe. I've just delivered my promise. I've just showed you exactly what I promised you at the start of this video. So yeah, I hope that this video has helped you guys out. And if you want the free market mechanics playlist, you can just click this playlist right here. If not, yeah, remember, you're just one trade away. Mwah.